First, I want to introduce you. This cutie pie that you see here is Lucy. That's my puppy, who I think on one of the videos I posted forever ago was like scratched, and I briefly mentioned her. And she's such a cutie. She's so sweet, except when I'm going to be taking her outside, because then she attacks me. Because she doesn't like going outside. Anyway, sorry for that digression. This is October, it's the beginning of October, so it's been like 3 months, I think, since I've posted a video, and a lot has happened in 3 months. See, my last video would have been in July, and since then we've gotten the first round of Lyme tests back, which was, they were done at IGenics, and they came back, my CD57 was at 19, which is what my doctor said was like in the lowest 5% of CD57 scores he's seen. And then my Western blot through IGenics came back overall, negative in the summary, but that doesn't mean anything because I did have a couple positive bands in both IgG and IgM on those antibodies. If all of that is foreign language to you, then I apologize. There's a lot of stuff, and I understand it when I read it, but I don't understand it enough to be able to communicate it right now. The doctor actually at one point told us that it came back as the strongest negative that he had seen, meaning that even though it said overall, CDC guidelines and stuff, it was negative, he was 100% positive that it was positive. 100% confident that it was positive. And he still wanted to address it with, all the natural remedies and herbal protocols and integrative stuff. And all of that is great. And I tried that for a month. So we got those results in August. And I tried just sticking with the herbals for almost a month. And they were not... I wasn't seeing any improvement. There was actually several things that had gotten worse. Now, I have seen improvement in some areas, but it's all kind of waxing and waning. Anyway, so when we saw that doctor in September, we had made appointments already. I have an appointment with a doctor in Pennsylvania on November 13th. And we actually, on September 9th, we drove to New York City, which was it's 10 hours there and 10 hours back, so, without stopping. So with the stops, it was, like a 22, 23 hour round trip as far as driving goes, to see an infectious disease specialist, and who's also a Lyme specialist, and he did tests through different labs up there. I don't think this doctor particularly believes in chronic Lyme, but he did the test, and that he did tell us that he thinks, I will mention this, my tests that they did, and these tests were done at Stony Brook, which is one of the labs up there in New York, and I came back with 2 of the 3, for IgM Western blot to be positive, you have to have 2 positive bands out of a specific 3, and I had that, so that was 100% positive. But the IgG, I only had, I don't remember, 2 or 3 out of the 5 that the CDC says you have to have for them to consider it positive. So, CDC guidelines again say that's a negative test, but this doctor did say when he called... No, Lucy, come on, baby. Get back. This doctor, when he called to give us the results, did say that he wanted to treat me with the IV antibiotics because he could tell that it's gone, that it has affected the neurological functioning and cognitive things. And it's been an adventure, not a fun one, trying to figure out how to get the antibiotic treatment. I'm still staying on my herbal protocol. I actually see that doctor on Monday, which will be October 7th, I think. But crap. We're going to start the antibiotics, and we had to fight with one of my doctors here in Ashland, who does not want to, does not believe that I have Lyme, which is completely wrong. I know this based on the other doctors I've talked to, based on my own research I've done in my test results, and the experiences I've talked to with a lot of people that have had chronic Lyme. And my experience is, right on track with everybody else's, including the fact that doctors don't want to treat it. However, thankfully he did agree to prescribing the 30 days of antibiotics, which, as we all in the chronic Lyme world know, that's not enough to really do anything as far as getting rid of the Lyme, but I figured, it's towards the beginning of October. If we can get on the 30 days, then that'll get me almost to my November 13th appointment with the Lyme literate doctor, the LLMD in Pennsylvania, who I actually know. There's a guy who lives just, 10 minutes up the road, who had great success with this particular doctor with chronic Lyme and antibiotics, etc. So I just need to get through to that point. It's been a very, very long and hard journey. And I just, every once in a while look at myself in the mirror and think, I don't look like myself. I'm not this person that looks like death, by nature, not a person that looks like death all the time and has these I joke and tell people I have permanent eyeshadow because the color you see up here is not from my hat shading it. It's just, I guess you call it the Lyme look. And then, I've got this rash on my face that I'm sure a lot of people think is, acne or whatever, but it's not. It's all part of the Lyme look. From a lot of people that I've seen, and a lot of people that I know. Symptoms, they come and go so much. I have established my 4-week Lyme cycle, which, there are days that I lay here in this bed and cannot move, can't even take my sunglasses off or anything. But I do have days where, if we get my wheelchair, we can go out to the grocery store. Thankfully, I've been able to continue going to church most Sundays, which has been great. But it's always on the cane or wheelchair there, too. I filed for disability yesterday. I went down to the Social Security office, and we should be hearing something back in 90 to 120 days, and, I'm sure I'll talk more about that when it happens. If it's a denial, we'll have to reapply, and all that stuff that I don't really have the energy for, but I will get it done when it has to be done. I was just noticing as I was reaching up there, my hands, you can see my fingers are like blood red, and usually that means that my hands like really warm, or I've washed my hands in warm water, but it's actually, they're pretty chilly right now. Stop. But I think I've bored you all enough, and I'm sorry for making this so long. I didn't mean to make it this long. I just wanted to kind of check in, and having major issues with stomach issues again, which had kind of calmed down for a while, but the past couple days it's been such intense abdominal pains, like, somebody stabbed me with like 20 knives at the same time, and my head pressure, where I don't remember if I mentioned before, it feels like my brain's trying to break out of the prison that it's in, which would be my skull. And I've noticed if I keep these hats that have the adjustable things on the back, and if I keep them pretty tight with that pressure, it kind of relieves the opposite pressure from the inside out, if that makes any sense. So hopefully, oh, one last note, I had some blood work that I had to mail off yesterday for the doctor in Pennsylvania, and also the doctor in New York wanted me to have some blood work done and sent up to a lab in Massachusetts. And I was researching the test that was on the form today, and it looks like they're also testing for a few co-infections, Babesia, Anaplasma, Ehrlichiosis. Not confident I'm saying that one right now. But so we should have some more answers soon, if any of those are issued. It's the first time that those have been tested. So hopefully the next video I'll have more answers and be able to tell you that we've started treatment. Oh, how did I forget? We were on track for the doctor to start the IV antibiotics, and got a call from the nurse saying that my insurance company will not cover them until I'm on 30 days of oral antibiotics first. So I started my first day of doxycycline today. So we'll see. It's not a very strong dose because the doctor I'm not confident he knows what protocol to use for Lyme, but like I tell people, I'm just doing it to get through the insurance red tape so I can get on the IV Rocephin or whatever other IV antibiotics the doctor wants to have me on. So I hope everyone's having a good weekend, and I'll try not to go 3 months before my next update. Alright, be well.